You know that heart-wrenching feeling when everything you ever dreamed of comes true, but it's nothing like you envisioned it? Like you grinded so hard to get here, but you wish someone told you what it was really like being at the top? That's what we're doing today. I'm going over the dark side of growing out your hair, so you know exactly what you're getting into, and I might drop a few nuggets of information to help you along your way. Let's get it. I need to get this off my chest, and I need to get it off my chest now. Bad braiders has to be the worst thing. And I don't mean bad as in like you're not getting the style that you want. I'm talking about braiders who don't care about your actual hair growth. I often tell guys that one of the best things they can do to grow out their hair quickly and easily is to get protective styles, because you don't have to be doing so much to it. Sometimes I don't feel like doing a whole curly hair routine. I want to put in some twists and live my life. But one of the worst feelings in the world is you sit into a braider's chair and you know they do not give a rat's ass about how long your hair grows. All they trying to do is get you from their chair out the door and your money from your wallet into their wallet. And it's really frustrating because there's been times when I sat into the chair, right? And they're just combing straight through my hair, like they're ripping through knots, and I could see my hair. I could see it in their comb. I could see it falling on the floor. And here's the thing, right? I'm not here to whinge and whine about like, little piece of my hair broke off. But you gotta understand, bro, this long hair, that take long to grow. Like hair grows on average half an inch every single month. If you lose like 3 inches of hair, okay, maybe 3 inches is a little too much. Let me take a step back. If you lose like a whole inch due to breakage, that's 2 months of progress gone. That doesn't just come back. You have to wait like another 60 days for that to, fix itself. And not only that, if they're combing through your hair and causing a bunch of breakage, it can cause your hair to be uneven because they might comb it a little bit more rough in one area or one section than the other. So you're just dealing with a bunch of problems because you came there so you could get a break from your hair, but now they're breaking off your hair. And full transparency, I'm starting to see the effects, the consequences from doing this, because like literally my girlfriend told me the other day, she was like, yo, why is this hair so short? And she was like, she could see more of them. And I'm like, bro, I'm supposed to be the hair goat, bro. I'm supposed to be guiding guys on their hair journeys, showing them what they're supposed to do. And my hair is breaking off, bro. So that's honestly one of the worst parts of growing out your hair. When you come across somebody who really just don't care about your hair growth, they really just trying to get the job done. It breaks my heart. Can't lie. Even thugs cry sometimes, bro. On to the next point, bro. Number 2 is dealing with mistakes that you made early on. When it comes to your hair journey, it can move pretty slow. Like, let's use the example of choosing what haircut you want to go with. When I really started to get serious about my hair journey, I started with a drop fade. And I enjoyed the drop fade until about 3 years. And I realized that I wanted my cornrows to drop lower in the back of my head. So what did I have to do? I had to grow out my sides. And I'm still growing out my sides. I've been growing out my sides for 2 years now. And the hair on the top of my head is like 4 years. So I have to wait another 2 years to trim that all to the same length. That simple decision that I made early on, probably 6 months in my hair journey, affects me 4 years down the line, right? And that could be one of the worst things, especially if you start with something like a sky top or anything like that, right? I'm always a proponent. I always like to say, get what haircut you want to get, but then you also have to think further down the line, right? You can't just off the top of your head be like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna dye my head purple. You could, but then you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. Because when you dye your hair, especially if you do it on your own, you can make mistakes. You're chemically altering your hair. You could go from like low porosity to high porosity by doing that chemical damage. Or if you do something like a perm or use a relaxer, that chemically damages your hair. If you do that like around 2 years and your hair keeps growing, everything you grew up to that 2 years is possibly damaged. So now you have to deal with that. Now you have to cut that off. It's so easy to make mistakes early on in your hair journey, especially if you don't know what you're doing. And then you have to suffer the consequences later. So if you are in the early stages of your hair journey and you need a little bit extra help, I got a free hair routine down below in the description. It goes over what you should do to your hair from day 1 to day 7. It's completely free. Go and download. Did you like that segue? That was off the dome, brother. Oh my gosh. I be quick with it. Oh my gosh. That was so clean. What was I talking about? Another thing that not a lot of people talk about when it comes to growing out your hair journey is the constant dysmorphia that you feel. Like you're always fretting over whether your hair is uneven or not. And let me tell you, half of the time, it's only you who could see it. I can tell you right now, there's like one section in the front of my hair that's like at least an inch shorter than the rest. And that used to stress me out. And it was because I like 2 years, or yeah, I think it was around 2 years in my hair journey, I decided that I wanted to trim my hair myself. And I got a little too excited near the end and I said, snip, and I had to deal with the consequences. I had to deal with the consequences. But one thing, one little piece of advice I could give you. When it comes to your hair being uneven, it's not as big of a deal as you think it is. I feel like a lot of the time we get so stuck in perfectionism mode. Like we want our hair to be perfect. We want everything to be even. We want all the curls to look amazing. But that's just not realistic, bro. You're human, okay? There's nothing wrong with you. Relax. Take a step back. Take another step back because you really be doing too much. But I really wish that I had somebody tell me when I first started out that, yo, everybody feels like their hair is uneven. Everybody has some bone to pick with their hair. Everyone has something that they don't like. And this doesn't even just stop at hair, bro. There's people, when you get in the gym, they swear that they got body dysmorphia. Like they swear that one bicep bigger than the other one, or they lopsided or something like that, bro. Like, relax, okay? Give yourself a little grace. Everything's gonna be fine. And if your hair is uneven to the point where it's like noticeable, just know that you could always go to a hair salon and get it trimmed so that everything is the same length. You do not need to restart, okay? You don't need to restart. You don't need to restart because I feel like you need to hear that like a third time. Everything is gonna be fine. You live. Number 4 is something that I always knew, but I didn't realize until I had to feel it. Growing out your hair is really freaking expensive. Think about it. When your hair is short, let's say you're not even doing something like waves. Let's just say you got the regular cut, you know, regular mid-fade, low taper or whatever the kids get these days. How much you have to pay for a haircut? It's probably like 30 bucks, 40 bucks, 50. I don't know. I don't know what it is anymore because I cut my own hair. If you want a tutorial on that, go look at my channel because I'm not going to find it to put it in the card for you. You know, I believe sometimes you have to do the work yourself. Show you're working. And you probably get a haircut like what? Once, twice a month. That probably comes out to like, let's say max $60. Brother, I know a deep conditioner that's $45. And that's like 1 out of the 6 products you probably need. Think about it. You need like a shampoo, a deep conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, some cream or oil or something. Like you got your hair growth oil, you got your sealing oil. You know, I bet you didn't know there was a difference between those. Then you got like different styling products, or like you got to get hair ties, or you got to get your hair braided. And then if you still got like a tapered hairline and you don't know how to cut your own hair, or maybe you have like a low taper, then you have to get a haircut. Like it's just bill on bill on bill on bill. Like growing out your hair can get expensive, bro. It can really get expensive. So if you need a little bit of help with that, I have a list of the 48 best hair products out there so you know what to get and you don't have to experiment and waste a bunch of money. If that sounds interesting, that'll also be in the description. It's not free though. Put the money up. Put the cash on the table. The lights got to stay on. And if you think you're going to be one of those people who are like, man, I don't really even care about the products that I use. I just use whatever I find in my parents' house and that works great for me. Then fine. You know, that's cool. Cool for you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell other guys to do that because you're basically shitting on your hair. You want to use products that are good for your hair. Don't just use anything. Because moisture is one of the most important things. Because if you're not using products that are good for your hair, that means your hair isn't moisturized. If your hair isn't moisturized, that means that it's more prone to breakage. And if your hair is more prone to breakage, that means it's easier for it to snap off. And if it's easier for it to snap off, that means you're not going to progress in your hair journey because every time you detangle it, every time you do something to it, it's going to snap off. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Kind of sucks indeed. I blame the economy. Ooh, and before I go on to the next point though, and this is something I want to put in there. It also matters where you are in the world. Because in the Bahamas, I could get like Camille Rose, like the bottle, the styler that lasts me like a good month. I could get that for $17 USD, right? In Canada, you want to know how much that costs? $40 flicking dollars. And you can convert that into USD, but it ain't the same. It's not the same. Make it make sense. Also, if you're liking the video, like the video. That's all I have to say. And if nobody told you this, allow me to be the one to break the news. I wish someone said that you will never be able to just do X. What do I mean by just do X? I'm glad you asked. You'll never be able to just wash your hair. You'll never be able to just wear a hat. You'll never be able to just go to sleep. Because when your hair gets long, you have to put in so many factors. The reason you can't just wash your hair is because you have to go through a whole wash day now. You gotta wash your hair, detangle your hair. You gotta pre-poo, de-poo, post-poo. You need to moisturize, LCO method. Then you gotta use the curl. You gotta use the curl to enhance the curls. And then you have to, use the diffuser with the low heat setting. When it comes to going to sleep, you don't just go to sleep on a pillow anymore. Depending on how long your hair is, you might have to do the banding method. So you get a bunch of satin scrunchies, put that around your head to preserve your curls. Or you got to put on the bonnet or whatnot. You can't even put on a hat anymore because unless your hair is in something like twists or braids, your hair is too poofy. Like you can't. This is the first time I've worn a hat in like, I kid you not, like a year. I kid you not, it's been like a year since I put this hat on because I've just been doing curly hair routines and I can't do it. But let me know what you guys thought about this video. Was there anything that I missed? Drop something down below in the comments and drop something that you learned over the years that you wish somebody told you in the beginning. Who knows, you might help me out. It's unlikely because I'm the hair goat and everything and I understand everything about hair and I could never be wrong. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, brother. Except this rule. And if you like this video, you're definitely going to like this one. So I advise you check it out. That's all for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.